Good morning, students. Our topic for today is all about constructivism approach. Let's go! Before we start our class, let us all have our classroom rules. So first, you must listen when talking to someone. Second, follow directions quickly and quietly. Third, raise your hand before speaking. Next, respect others, respect yourself, respect your school. Next, be safe and be honest. And lastly, make your teachers happy. What is constructivism? So, constructivism class is a rather heterogeneous idea. We invent our own concepts and ideas linked to what we already know. This meaning-making theory of learning is called constructivism. Knowledge is constructed by learners through an active mental process of development. Learners are the builders and reactors of meaning and knowledge. So what does this mean? So constructivism, coming from the word itself, constructivism, meaning you are building from your previous or prior knowledge and to your present knowledge. For example, a verb. So what is a verb? It is an action word. So by meaningfully learning what truly verb is, you must reflect it from your previous knowledge. And your previous knowledge about verb, for example, is you are running, jumping, eating, and a lot of more. According to Brother Arahe and Jones in 2002, constructivism can be defined as the idea that development of understanding requires the learner to actively engage in meaning making. So, constructivism approach is a meaningful approach to learners in order to construct their prior knowledge to their present knowledge. So, there are many types of constructivism, and these are: first, educational constructivism; second, philosophical constructivism; and lastly, sociological constructivism. Educational constructivism, from the word itself, educational, which means you are learning your prior knowledge through education, through your teacher, and through the environment of the school. Philosophical constructivism is refers to through your love of your wisdom. And lastly, sociological constructivism, from the word itself, sociological, which means you are learning through social. And constructivism in teaching is based on the belief that learning occurs as learners are actively involved in a process of meaning and knowledge construction. Learners are the makers of meaning and learning. That's what I've said earlier, that constructivism approach is a meaningful learning approach. Next, constructivism teaching fosters critical thinking and creates motivated and independent learners. Activities in constructivist classroom are experiments, research project, field trips, films, and class discussions. All these activities requires prior knowledge in order to learn in a meaningful manner. So what are the rules of teachers in a constructivist classroom? They are the facilitator, and teachers' main focus should be on guiding students by asking questions, because it will lead them to develop their own conclusions on the subject matter. There are three major rules in order for the classroom to be a constructivist one. And these are modeling, coaching, and scaffolding. Also, a constructivist classroom environment provides opportunities for students to question the material being presented and explore various topics as their interest. The goal is to produce a democratic classroom environment that provides meaningful learning experiences for autonomous learning, which means they have a freedom to explore on their prior knowledge. In a constructivist classroom, by contrast, the teacher and the student share responsibility and decision making and demonstrate mutual respect. English teaching the constructivist way. For every concept introduced, there should be multiple ways of demonstrating the learning to the students. So, the teacher must create a creative learning strategy to all the students in order to perform a constructivist approach. Next, the classroom environment should be democratic, providing each student an opportunity to participate in the discussion. And as what I've said earlier, it must be a student-centered in which they have a freedom to explore their own knowledge. And lastly, it aids like colorfully illustrated children's dictionaries, student-created serial postcards, visual responses to poetry, and an abundance of student work should be encouraged and displayed throughout the classroom. Benefits of constructivism in teaching. Children learn more and enjoy learning, promote divergent thinking. Education works best when it concentrates on thinking and understanding rather than on rote memorization. It boosts the confidence of learners. Constructivism concentrates on how to think and understand. Promote collaborative learning. Constructivism gives students ownership of what they learn, since learning is based on students. Engage the creative instincts, develop students' abilities to express knowledge through a variety of ways. And lastly, constructivism promotes social and communication skills by creating a classroom environment that emphasizes. So overall, the benefits of a constructivist approach in teaching can help most of the students to learn more because it requires not rote memorization but rather a critical thinking. So in conclusion, and motivated learners, a constructivist approach free teachers to make decisions. Constructivist teaching and learning is a beautiful experience if done with the right attitude and happy mind.